Research from the Standish Group shows that only about 31.1% of IT projects are cancelled before completion. Project failures or cancellations are frequently observed with IT projects. This underscores the importance of technical feasibility in software engineering. Hello, this is Maruti Tech Labs. In today's video, we will discuss the importance of technical feasibility in software development and how to conduct it. So let's start with the basics. What is technical feasibility? Technical feasibility is an end-to-end assessment of a software project or idea's practicality and achievability. It provides foresight into potential challenges, time, cost, and resources required to complete the project. But why do you need feasibility analysis? A feasibility analysis is vital as it helps assess software viability. It evaluates whether the idea is profitable, implementable with the available resources, and if it offers significant ROI for the undertaken risk. Having learned the essentials, let's understand how to conduct a technical feasibility study in software engineering. Here is a 6-step breakdown to be followed in a technical feasibility study to achieve desired results. Step 1. Consider implementation alternatives. Building from scratch isn't the only option. Ask your team questions like, could existing software be customized, or is your current setup already sufficient? Weigh the pros and cons of buying off-the-shelf solutions or going fully custom. Step 2. Assess hardware and software. Hardware assessment can be done to find answers to questions like, can your current infrastructure handle excess workloads? Is your system scalable? Can it integrate with third-party software? Identify any security vulnerabilities and how well your system integrates with other technologies. Step 3. Create numerous designs. Don't settle on the first idea. Develop multiple design options for your target system. This includes the overall application framework, compatibility with legacy or existing systems, data infrastructure, and lastly, privacy, security, and integration with other systems. Remember, having choice is key. Step 4. Analyze risk and limitations. For each design, identify potential technical roadblocks. This could be dependence on third-party vendors, use of unproven technologies, systems, or issues with performance and scalability. With all the data gathered, it's time for Step 5. Evaluate, compare, and decide. A decision matrix can be beneficial here. Evaluate each option against key criteria like alignment with business goals, performance, cost and risk, ease of implementation and maintenance. Compare objectively and select the most viable path forward. Finally, you need to write a feasibility report, which is Step 6. This document summarizes your entire analysis, like an overview of the project, current situation and alternatives considered, analysis of potential risk, and your clear recommendations. Now that you know the process, let's explore how to apply feasibility testing in practice. Practical part: feasibility testing and demonstration. With your feasibility report, you can move forward with the practical implementation of your new project in 3 easy steps. First, create a prototype. It offers a quick, cost-effective way to provide proof of concept. Second, develop a trial version of the interface. It helps visualize the user journey, collect feedback, and fix design flaws early. Third, minimum viable product or MVP. It includes all key features, launch to a small audience, assess interest, and make adjustments. Are you curious to know more? Click the blog link down in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.